Hi, it's Martin Compton again. I just thought I would try and fill some of the gaps that were left because we had to squeeze everything into that half an hour slot, and just a couple of reminders never go amiss anyway. So as you can see, I'm on the page for the resource that I used at the symposium, and just a quick reminder, the URL is that's all you type in the address bar, this thing here, if you want to access this Linoit page. And just a quick reminder of some of the things that we looked at and a few things that you might want to watch out for when you're making or searching for these resources. So yet another whistle-stop tour, but just as a reminder of what we looked at. So first of all, we had a look at the blend spaces, and this was the thing with the tiles where you drag media in from YouTube, from Google, from your own files. You can upload from Dropbox, from Google Drive, and you can create a very quickly a dynamic, interactive, multimedia resource like this one on nuclear physics, and it was, as asked by one of you, my tool of choice, really, and it was a thing that I think everybody should have a go at. Just remember, when you do create one, that it's best to click play, and what you share with the students, it will work if you send them that link, but if you when you create one, notice that there'll be around here a share link, and you can get a shorter URL from that. So do have a play and see what you can make. I also talked about the collaborative opportunities of using Google Docs and Google Slides, which is the presentation tool. And most people in the room have got Google accounts. Most people were using Google Drive anyway, but not all of you were using it for collaboration. It might be for teaching and learning. It might be encouraging the students to use a collaborative tool such as Google Docs or the Google Slides for preparing a collaborative presentation for a seminar or something like that. Or it might just be something that you do within your team to prepare a research proposal, for example. So, you know, there are lots of different ways you can use it, and it cuts out all the issues with version control, emailing things back and forth and all of that. So that's why I particularly recommend that for collaborative purposes. We talked briefly about Padlet and how that can be used to plan sessions. It can be used to get feedback on a session, and it can be used to gather together a collection of disparate resources from around the internet, as a lot of these tools can. I showed you a couple of s'mores, which are the online flyers. With the free account you get to make 5 for free, but if you invite people you can make some more for free as well. And if you really like it, actually the educator's account for a year is pretty reasonable in my view. But even the free stuff I just think is fantastic. This one that I'm showing you here is links to online presentation tools, and I would include s'more in that as well, actually. But it can be used in a range of different ways, as a planning tool for schemes of work, to plan a curriculum, as a publicity tool, or as a presentation tool in its own right, because you can embed video and things into that. I showed you Storyfy. This was one that I created in a matter of minutes, and that's a rather nice way of just dragging media in according to different terms. I have been playing with another one today, actually, called Curator, which is rather nice because it enables you to get a lot of media from a lot of different places and share it via Twitter. If you're a Twitter user, it's a particularly impressive curation tool, but you can also use it if you're not a Twitter user. So this is not something that I mentioned. If you're wondering what I'm talking about here, it's not something that I mentioned in the session. So you can just curate material from different websites according to the parameters that you set in the construction part of it. That's just a little bit of a bonus. So Storyfy, really easy to use curation tool, wonderful. And I also mentioned Rebel Mouse as well. Much more fiddly, but looks much more like a sort of online newspaper. So the results are worth the effort. I think really you have to be a Twitter user to get the most from this. So don't touch it if you're not a Twitter user already, because it feeds off of your own Twitter account, but you can establish whatever hashtags and things like that you want. And if that's so much gobbledygook, then just ignore the last minute or so of what I've just been talking about. I was forced to look very swiftly at a couple of other tools. I didn't even mention this one, which is AudioBoo. It's a mini podcasting tool, up to 10 minutes of audio. You can correct them on your own channel. It's rather like an audio YouTube, and when you've created those recordings, you can edit them subsequently, so you can crop them, you can add detail, you can add images, you can add your location and various other things like that. It's a fantastic tool really for plenaries, for summing up content, for flipping learning when you don't want or need the video element to it. So I really like that. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic at the moment, and that can be uploaded directly to YouTube. It's like a free Camtasia. You're limited in the sense that you can only make one at a time before you upload them, and it's 15 minutes long. But as free tools go, I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I did also mention a couple of other tools, such as the Adobe Voice app for iPad users, and Powtoon, which is a nice way of making promotional videos, and students really enjoy making Powtoons as well because it's got that animation feel and there's something very contemporary about it. The final thing that I want to talk about is this, the badges. I noticed that a couple of you have claimed them already, and that's where they really come into their own. They're nice, physical, tangible, collectible objects, I think, but creating a backpack of these resources is what you would be encouraging your students to do if you used them for different aspects of either whatever it is that you're teaching or things that you want them to achieve as part of their undergraduate or postgraduate study, and to get recognition for future employers, for example. So what I do is I enter my code and I claim my code. Now I'm already logged in. It will prompt you to log in with a Google account. So already be logged into Google, then you just enter your details there. So that's now saying that I've been awarded that badge. That's halfway there. The next step is here, is to add this badge to your Mozilla backpack. Okay, and again you'll have to sign up the first time you do it, but not subsequently. And what you're able to do then is, if you just be patient with my slow running computer, I'll just identify which account I want to use, is then view that in your backpack. And I've just used an account for illustration purposes. Do I accept? Yes, I do. And then it says, here you go, visit your backpack, and you can see the badges that you've been awarded. And what you can then do is go to collections, drag relevant badges into, he says, just need to be a little bit patient, I think, drag relevant badges into here, and that creates a collection which gives you a unique URL or web address, and that web address can be shared via LinkedIn, online CVs, or sent directly to employers. So there you go. So there's a little collection there, and now I can share. Oh, sorry, my apologies. I need to make it public. So put it in, make it public, and then I can share that with future employers. Okay? I'd need to give it a title and tweak it, but what you'll notice is that the criteria for that badge are contained within the badge itself. So this is the one that you earned, and if you haven't earned them before or used them before, I would urge you to have a look at it before dismissing it out of hand, because my original attitude to this was, what is this, a Boy Scout thing? Really, this old school behaviouristic technique? Is it going to work? And incredibly, I found that it does. And a lot of colleagues and a lot of research is showing that it's working too. I mentioned Edinburgh previously. There are Strathclyde as well. I think they've got a project. There are other institutions, HE institutions, that are using these and exploring ways that they can use them to motivate and enhance. And American universities are on top of the game here. Sometimes they can just be attendance badges like the one that I gave you, but more importantly it's skills badges or achievement badges that really start pushing the motivation. So anyway, thanks for all coming on Tuesday. I really enjoyed it. It's really nice working with you, and I hope that you get an opportunity to try some of these things and take it further. If you need to contact me, you can get me through Twitter at eteachingx3, or you can email me on martin.compton@gmail.com. Okay, all the very best.